we're going to talk a little bit about how to beat Guile. Now, because Guile's obviously a character that a lot of people play, and this video is going to focus primarily on how to beat him with Jury, but a lot of the tips I'm going to give out in this video are universal in how Guile likes to approach things, and if you don't play Jury, you can develop your own strategies based on what I'm going to tell you. That said, why do people play Guile? I think the answer to that is pretty simple. People want to win. And Guile is a character who lends himself very, very heavily to flowchart gameplay. That's, you can basically turn your brain off, play through a flowchart, and win without stressing or having to think. And that is like, when you can win and just have a good fucking time and not stress about it, that's the most fun you can really have in a game, isn't it? So I think that's what draws a lot of people to Guile, because he really does, especially in like the early to mid brackets of ranks where you got like silver, gold, platinum sort of territory, he lends himself very heavily to flowchart play. So a few things that we can talk about with Guile. Now, first and foremost is his booms. Sonic booms with Guile are punishable by V-skill. Primarily, you want to use V-skill 1 to punish booms. You can use Roidensatsu to do it, but obviously you're spending meter to do that, and you want to hang on to your meter for things. Guile's going to throw way more booms than you have meter for. That's kind of the point I'm going to make here. If you're relying on Roidensatsu to get around booms, you are not going to have enough meter, ever, to deal with all the booms that he's going to throw at you. You really want to use V-skill 1 primarily against Guile. Now, before season 4, I believe it was, where they added 2 extra frames of recovery to Guile's Sonic Boom, so he recovers in 37 frames instead of 35. Sonic Booms were fairly difficult to punish with V-skill because he recovered quite fast from Sonic Booms. Adding 2 frames of recovery does not make a huge difference on paper, but it actually does make a very big difference to Guile's recovery, especially online. So I'll give you an example of that with Guile throwing out booms. Alright. Grab this. Alright. He's gonna throw out a boom. We can punish it. Now keep in mind, Guile is actually blocking as fast as he can after this boom. If you watch that, he blocks straight away afterwards. So from basically anywhere with full screen, you can't do it from like full screen completely. You can recover from it at full screen. So you don't want to do it at absolute max distance. But from anywhere other than absolute max distance, you can absolutely punch the shit out of that with V-skill. Now, there's a reason that Guile was doing jabs there. And the reason I had Guile set to doing jabs is what'll happen, especially in lower levels, but this will happen pretty much with most Guiles, is that when you start punching Sonic Booms, except that I think I ran into you one time. Oh my god, everyone's sending me invites. Getting back on topic. When Guile figures out that you can punish your Sonic Booms, what he'll try to do is he'll try to bait V-skill, because Sonic Boom is actually quite hard to react to. If you wait too long when Sonic Boom comes out, he will be able to block it and punish you for it. So he'll try to bait it by throwing a lot of jabs, which is what we have Guile doing here. So Guile's doing a lot of jabs. Now, I'm able to punish Sonic Boom every time he does it. And the reason for that is because I don't go off visual cues. If you wait until Guile throws the Sonic Boom, you're probably going to be waiting too late. To visually confirm that the Sonic Boom has come out, you're probably waiting too late. What you want to do is you want to confirm off the audio cue, because as human beings, we actually react to things faster by sound than we do by sight. And there's a very distinct sound to Sonic Boom, which makes it very easy to react to. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now, you might say to me, Red, you're playing with, you know, a preset recording. You know, you don't have to react to the sound. You can just, you know, the recording loops, you know, when the booms are coming out. So that means you can do it whenever you want. So I can change this now to turn on 3 different loops. Jury beats Guile. She doesn't beat Guile. We'll get to that in a second, but she definitely makes his life difficult. There's now 3 different loops of that string playing at different timings with different amounts of jabs. So the number of jabs he's going to do are random. And I can still react every time. He's even doing different punches. Whoa, I almost let it go there prematurely. There we go. So I've tested this before, I've done it on the stream. I can do this with my eyes closed, literally. I'm wearing sunglasses right now so you can't see it. But point being is that I can always do this when I hear Sonic Boom. So that is the number 1 thing you need to learn when you're fighting Guile. Is learn how to react, that was too close there, is learn how to react to Sonic Booms. Learn to react to the sound effect, do not react to the visual cue. React to the sound of Sonic Boom. If you can do that, you'll have a much better time. Guile doesn't need to throw booms to beat Jury, his buttons are longer, not true. Guile has very few buttons which actually meet the range that Jury has. And we can definitely get to that. We can talk about that now, right? So, in terms of neutral, Guile only has about, on grounded, he really only has 2 buttons that are around the right range as Jury's. If we get a recording here. Right, so we're controlling Guile now. So I think it's either stand medium or stand heavy. No, that fadeaway kick's annoying, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yeah, so he has stand heavy kick, which has a decent range to it. It's not the best, but it's a decent range. And he has sweep, which moves him forward. Right? Those are the 2 things he has. Right? The thing is that those aren't as good. Those do not have as good a range as Jury's normals do. So you can still absolutely beat Guile in neutral on the ground with those moves. So if we turn that on now, if we turn on playback settings, turn all these off. So we don't just throwing moves anymore. Right. See, we just stuffed him there. We got counter again. We got counter. So stand medium kick is really good for this sort of thing. So as you can see, Jury is stuffing him with just about everything here. Obviously this isn't like a super good recording for this, but you get the idea. That we are stuffing him far more often than he's stuffing us. So stand medium kick, stand heavy kick. As we just beat a stand heavy kick with our own stand heavy kick. That sort of thing. That's a little bit different. Stand heavy kick will go over sweep, but basically stand medium kick, stand heavy kick will beat just about any button Guile can throw out the ground. So those are your go-to buttons when you're spacing against Guile. You stand medium and stand heavy at max range. Obviously, when Guile gets in closer, you can use better buttons, but in neutral, you absolutely want to be harassing him with these buttons. Absolutely. Because you can't compete against them. You want to play me? Like I said, if you're in Australia, maybe, otherwise no. So, that's the neutral game against Guile, is harassing him with these buttons. Now, there's going to be some other things that Guile's going to do, which are going to make your life very difficult, especially when he gets you in the corner. Guile's main goal is to get you into the corner. When you're in the corner, he can do very annoying move. I think is it forehand? No, that's that. Yeah, that makes sense. It does make sense. Thank you very much. Who is that? Louis Cortez Gaming. Thank you. What's his... How do you do his double knee kick? His bazooka knee kick. What is that? That's his fadeaway kick. There it is. This bazooka knee. I call it bazooka knee. I don't know if that's the actual name for it. Right, he can do bazooka knee. Now this move by itself is actually negative on block. But Guile can space it. So the end of the active frames will hit you and make it either neutral or plus. Basically. So what Guile will do is he'll get you in the corner, he'll do his block string, throw his boom, and when he's plus, he'll use his knee to get back in. Now, this is situational because it really depends on the space that Guile is at to you in terms of what you're going to do. We can turn that off now. Oh my god, people are so thirsty tonight. It's really going to depend on the timing and the situation, but basically, when Guile does that knee move, you want to be stand blocking it, not crouch blocking it, because stand blocking it makes his hitbox harder to hit you. So you want to stand block it and you want to challenge it immediately. Because if you let him hit you with that knee, it will basically start the loop all over again. He'll do his block string, he'll throw a boom, he'll need to get back in again, and you'll be permanently stuck forever in the corner. So that knee is your ticket to getting out. You want to challenge that immediately with a jab. What if he Ume walks? Well, we can't cover every situation now, can we? If he walks, obviously you want to go for crouching low. Yeah. Something like that. But I'm just talking generally about most Guiles, because I get several people in the chat every night being like, you know, Red, you beat Guiles all the time. Well, this is how you beat Guiles. There's PogChan, yes. So there is that. That's basically what you do in the corner, is you wait until you see the knee. As soon as you see the knee, challenge it. That is how you get out of the corner against Guile, because otherwise, like I said, you'll be stuck in there forever, and that is no bueno. Some other tips for neutral. Guile wants to get you, he wants to catch you jumping in, obviously, so he can flash kick you. One thing to always remember when Guile's with Guile's on flash kick is that Guile can only flash kick you if he's been holding down back for, you know, about what, a second, 3/4 of a second, something like that. He has to charge it, obviously. I forget what the exact charge time is for it. Point being is that Guile has to hold down back to charge that. So when Guile's in neutral and he's walking backwards and forwards, all he can do when he's doing this is maybe throw a boom. He cannot flash kick you if he hasn't been holding down back. So you can keep that in mind as well, that if he's doing this a lot, he can't flash kick you. Now obviously he can anti-air normal you, and that'll be a problem in itself, but you at least don't have to worry about flash kicks. So that's very important. If you ever see Guile holding down back for any reason, for the love of God, do not jump in on him. Because you're begging for the flash kick if he does that. So that's another thing for neutral as well, is this, and try to take advantage of it as well. If the Guile's walking back and forth, you are relatively safe to jump in. Obviously not completely safe, because like I said, he can anti-air normally you, but you may catch him with throwing a boom, which is always good. So that's something else to keep in mind. Now, that said, when Guile's jumping in on you, that's a different story, because Guiles will jump in on you. And if we turn our recording back on again, right? This upside down kick, this is a problem. So what you'll see is you'll see them do this and this after they jump in. When a Guile jumps in, he technically has a 50-50 on you. And the reason for that is if he jumps in, he can either jump in and do throw. Yeah, if you block, obviously. Or if you throw tech, he can do this, which leads in a flash kick. I don't know if I actually do the combo, I've never tried to do it before. I don't know. It leads into a combo, basically. This upside down kick is very nasty because it makes Guile airborne, which means you cannot delay tech it. You cannot throw tech it. So when Guile jumps in on you, you have to guess, do I block or do I throw? Now, if he does the upside down kick, you're free to challenge it. As soon as that's blocked, it's your turn. What Guile's the most damaging combos? I have no fucking idea. I do not play Guile. I only know how to beat Guile. I don't know how to play him. Guile's too good. Yeah, so that is a matter of discretion. That is up to you. When Guile jumps in, my advice is take the throw. It's Street Fighter 5. You take the fucking throw. Because you will take far less damage after a throw than you will if he catches you with that kick and goes in flash kick. Because he can flash kick you then do super if he really wants to. So, like I said, it's a moment-to-moment decision. You have to guess whether he's going to go for the flash kick or go for the throw, whether it's worth taking the throw or not. That sort of thing. You can challenge it. You know, you can just do an EXTP and take the decision out of his hands if you want to. You know, these are all decisions that you have to make. But just be aware that Guile does have that option when he jumps in. Yes, take the throw. Guile does have that option to put you in a mix when he jumps in. And it is very annoying to deal with a lot of the time. But I think those are the most primary things to remember about Guile. Can't really think of anything else. If Guile picks V-Trigger 1, that's Kappa time. Oh, also after a knockdown, Guiles will typically after a knockdown, if they catch you with a sweep, if they catch you with a, if you jump in, they flash kick you, whatever. 99.9999999% of the time, after a knockdown, they will throw a meaty boom. They will force you to block on wake up by doing meaty boom. That, when they throw meaty boom, that is your ticket to do EX Roid Satsu on wake up. If you see them throw a meaty boom and dash in after it, Roid Satsu EX the shit out of that. Because it will catch them off guard every time. Roid Satsu EX is fireball invincible from start to finish. So you absolutely can catch Guiles off guard thinking it's their turn, dashing in after their boom, and get a free punish. Now again, this is something which is up to your discretion because I have fought multiple Guiles that have gotten wise to this. They throw out the boom and they wait. They throw out the boom and they flash kick. And I've been caught out because this move is terrible by itself. I've talked about it in plenty of videos. It's a terrible move for a lot of reasons. I'm not going to go into them right now, but it's only good for beating fireballs. That's all it's good for. It loses to everything else, including regular throws. Anti-air Guile specialist. So keep that in mind. That is a great way to deal with the wake up boom pressure, but don't overuse it. Because Guile can absolutely bait it out of you and punish you severely for it. So that's something to keep in mind. But that's kind of it. Anyone in the chat got any questions about this? Anything specific about the matchup that you want to cover? That we can talk about here, or are we good? Because basically, what makes the Guile matchup good for Jury is that most Guiles are really lazy. They've picked Guile because they like winning and they like not having to think about winning. No more anti-Guile tips. I am the anti-Guile specialist, yes. They're lazy players. They've gotten used to having their flowchart, relying on their flowchart, and their flowchart delivering results. If you break the flowchart, which is what Jury is very good at doing, they don't know how to play. They don't know how to play Street Fighter. They'll take dumb risks. They'll do wake up flash kicks. They'll throw out booms when they shouldn't. They'll do all kinds of things that you can make their life hell for. I've said many times, this is not actually a good matchup for Jury. Guile is a better character than Jury, hands down. He's just a better character. But I win against Guile a lot because most Guile players are stupid. That's the long and the short of it. When I run into smarter Guile players, I'll be fucked. So take these tips that I've given you, young Padawans, and go forth. If you have any questions, when this goes on YouTube, leave them in the comments below. Also, if there's any character you want to see next, let me know as well, and we can go through them. But yeah, that's Guile. Hope these tips help you. Hope they get you some dubs, and enjoy.